Oh, it's that time again to start a wrestling show. So, if you please, hit that beautiful music.
And a one, and a two, and a 1, 2, 3. Lip really loves wrestling.
That's me.
He likes to talk about it too. If you like to watch wrestling like he do, come and join us on the wrestling show. On the wrestling show. On the wrestling show. Oh, 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 baby.
Well, welcome to All Wrestling Show. I'm your most fickle host, Lip Hazlewood, and this is a very cynical look back at the latest episode of Representing the WWE and live from the Spectrum Arena in Charlotte, North Carolina. It's Monday Night Raw, air date September 4th, 2023. Now, this episode is, of course, the aftermath of a Payback. So, a lot happened at Payback. Nothing Bloodline related, though. Thank goodness. Anyways, so before we start the show, just a quick shout-out to the non-competitors. That's right, they are the glue that holds the building together. First and foremost, representing the authority figure, it's Adam Pearce. Next, getting all the pre-match interviews and all the backstage scoops, they are the team. No, actually, they're just Jackie Redmond. And, of course, heading into the ring, we have the announcer letting everybody know who's about to fight and the results of such matches. We have yourselves Samantha Irving. And last, but certainly not least, it's the commentary crew, the play-by-play guys, the hosts, and I call them the narrators of the whole damn show. They are the team of, now he's my personal favorite, a future Hall of Famer. He's a man with the raspy yet very soothing voice. He brings a lot of insights of what's happening in between, behind cameras, and just like what's going on, keeping up to date and stuff. Enough of the arse kissing. He's my personal man crush. It's Wade Barrett. And backing up Wade Barrett, as usual, it's a longtime host for over 25 years and doing his Raw show, because he does both Raw and SmackDown. It's I'm Michael Cole. Now, without any further cadoos, it's time to start the show. So now we start here with the newest Raw acquirement, I suppose you can say that. Now quitting not only the Bloodline, but from the WWE in general, is Jey Uso. Apparently, Jey Uso shows up there. He welcomes everybody and gives them the reason why, what's going on, what's the scoops. Apparently it's Cody Rhodes brought him back. Cody Rhodes did. Apparently. So anyways, while he's talking about stuff like that, he's getting crowd all hyped up with the Jey Uso. We got ourselves a little bit of whoa. That's right. Scooby Dooby. It's Sami Zayn. Comes down there, and Sami Zayn and Jey Uso's got a long history. Sami Zayn, part of the Bloodline before he was ousted because he felt Roman Reigns, he got too big for his own good. His head got too swollen, whatnot. So now it's like he's in the ring there, and he's talking about Sami Zayn. He's like, guess he's talking about Jey Uso, saying the fact that him being on Raw, yes, here there are some factoids, there are some feathers that are going to be tousled. Some people will not be appreciative that you are here on Raw. Not at all. But however, Sami Zayn himself, he's glad to see Jey Uso. He's proud of him too. He's come a long way from being with the Bloodline. Now paving his own way. Main Event Jey Uso, he's called now. Main Event Jey Uso. So yeah, it's great. Now before they ended their segment there, Sami Zayn goes with a handshake. Jey Uso, he's mean mugging the whole thing. Sami Zayn's like, oh, okay, well, you don't have to shake my hand. I'm still happy to see ya. Anyways, I'll talk to you later. And then it's like, oh, dog! No, that's not very Usi of me. And also everybody's like, yo, Usi, remember that one? That's some good stuff. And so Jey goes with a handshake. Sami goes for the hug. The big old hug. That's right. So they're in good terms. So happy that's happening. So I like the fact that they just don't forget their past. It's like, oh, Bill, I'm trying to restart. Reset. You know. Anyways, good to see that happening. Next up, we got ourselves on the way out. Our next match is about to start. And we got ourselves our first conflict. That's right. It's Drew McIntyre coming past. You know, he's very upset because he's got some issues with, obviously, Roman Reigns and Drew McIntyre. And these guys definitely helped Roman Reigns retain his title, you know, over the big Drewski. So, yeah, a lot of bridges were burned there. And Drew is very little bit still sour. Still sour. And speaking of sour, Drew's partner walking by, Matt Riddle. He's sour after all. He's been put on the reserve list for a little bit because of the bloodline. A lot of matches with the bloodline, so a lot of backstage, a lot of riff can going on there, a lot of heat. That's right. But Matt Riddle is a cool dude, and he does let sleeping dogs lie usually. So who knows? I mean, Matt Riddle still have, he's got some issues. He's got some issues still. Maybe has he resolved them, maybe not. Maybe not. You know, it's a toss of the flip-flop, I suppose. Now with that, we go to a little thing. Shinsuke Nakamura. He just started the process of dismantling, you know, Seth Rollins. So on his way to getting his, I guess, ultimate goal is to get the belt finally. Shinsuke, forever eludes him, the World Championship belt. So yeah, he wants it. He wants it bad. And then you go out to Adam Pearce. He's with Seth Rollins. And Adam's like, what are you doing here? You're not cleared. And then Ricochet goes over there and is like, yeah, you know, I mean, really, you don't have to be carrying the show all the time. You know, look at Roman Reigns. He's never there. Never, ever, ever there. You know? Okay, granted, Roman Reigns has defended his title 4 times so far this year. 4 times this year. It's true. That's what the statistics say. 4 times, really, wow. Wow. So, yeah. But Seth Rollins is there. He's got to prove a point because it was Shinsuke Nakamura after their match at Payback. After Seth Rollins won, defended his title, he was attacked. He was attacked by Shinsuke Nakamura. And he wants to address that later tonight. So for now, we got ourselves our first match. It is called a Tornado Tag Match. Although it's not really a tag match at all. It's a team match. It's a 2-on-2. And who's the 2 versus the 2? It is the team of Drew McIntyre and Matt Riddle versus the Viking Raiders, Eric and Ivar, with, I consider, the most sexiest woman in Raw. And they dressed her up so she looks like, Hawkman from the DC Comics. Hiding all that sexiness. I cannot believe it. It is shameful. And then painting her face up to look like a Hawkman. Anyways, how about this match? Now, this one here is called a Tornado Tag Match. I call it a 2 versus 2 because there's no such thing as tags in this match. And thank goodness, you know, because Drew doesn't like using tag ropes there, so he doesn't want to think about it. So this match is a bunch of guys playing grab ass in the ring, you know? So it's a lot of fun. And how does it go? Well, we got a maneuver here where Drew McIntyre and Matt Riddle, they've been working on something. It's called the hug and tug. It's called the hug and toss, where they going for the big hug. Oh, look, we're friends. Not really. Psych you out there. It's not the first time that's happened, but Drew McIntyre hugs Matt Riddle and then belly to belly him over the top rope, smooshing the Viking Raiders who are awaiting his falling on top of them. So we got a moment where it's Ivar. Now he has a big move. He goes off the commentating table and onto big old splash. No, this is near the end of the match. Big old splash onto Drew McIntyre. Oh my goodness, these huge moves, you know. Now, a little while ago, maybe a year or two ago, this wouldn't happen, these moves here, because the padding outside the ring was not as nearly as good as it is today. Like 5 inches of top-of-the-line padding on top of the hard concrete. You can do some crazy moves like Ivar did to Drew. But however, Drew was taken out of the match for a good while. For a good while, Drew was out of it. So they move back into the match here. Now, while they're doing stuff there, it was Matt Riddle who decided to get, Drew, get the tables! And Drew's like, nah, you get the tables! And then, of course, Matt Riddle did set up a table inside the ring. The match carries on. Ends up, the table was going to be used, but however, because of the big move, Drew McIntyre's outside and it's 2-on-1, and it's going to be Ragnarok time onto the table with, you know, Matt Riddle. He goes. But however, while they're setting up Matt Riddle, we got ourselves a little bit of a new day, or the new day. Now here we go. Apparently Xavier Woods is out of this whole thing. Apparently he's got cervical issues, I should say. Because he's been hitting. Yeah, I think I figured as much because their mass match, you know, not always a hit in the head, but Xavier Woods was limiting his exposure in the ring there. Although he can do some serious. I mean, Xavier Woods, when he's not injured, and apparently he's injured a lot, but he can. I don't know where I'm going on with that. Xavier Woods is a very talented guy in the ring when he's not injured. That's all I'm saying. So Kofi Kingston comes in there and saves the day. Saves Matt Riddle from getting Ragnarok double powerbomb through the table. And then he decides to start kicking the faces of the Viking Raiders. Takes out Eric with a big old kick. And he goes to kick Ivar, but however, getting in the way of the kick, it's, go figure. It's Matt Riddle gets kicked flush in the face. Big old flush. He takes the old, what's that? The Trouble in Paradise. I guess the Trouble is Matt Riddle. He used to take in Trouble in Paradise. Anyways, he gets caked in the face. He gets caked in the face. And then the Viking Raiders pick up Kofi Kingston. Lawn dart him right into Drew McIntyre, who's just trying to get back in the ring there. Oh, I'm finally back. They're getting my revenge. And then lawn darted by Kofi. And then, of course, after that, they pick up Matt Riddle and Ragnarok him through the table anyways. So, yeah. Surprise, surprise, I guess to a lot of people that, yes, the winner of this match, it's the Viking Raiders on a roll of winning. Who will stop the Viking Raiders? Who knows? The WWE Tag Division is pretty trashy right now. So yeah, good old Eric gets the victory over Matt Riddle. And after that, we got ourselves Seth Rollins comes in the ring there, and he's mean mad being attacked by Shinsuke Nakamura, and he wants payback. You know, because after all what happened there. So he calls out Shinsuke Nakamura, and Shinsuke Nakamura does come out there, you know. And why? This is the greatest time for this to happen. Seth Rollins offers a rematch right here now. With Seth Rollins' back clearly bad, out. You know, this would be the perfect time for Shinsuke to take the match. And he's like, no, I will not take the match. Now they're saying he's saying no because, you know, if you're going to do things, you got to do things on your own dime. If you want to take the match, you got to do it on his terms. Take full control. Even though I don't really think it matters here because if Shinsuke fought, he probably would have took full advantage for it regardless. So Seth Rollins gets incensed, gets all upset, and they go and attack. He goes and attacks. Well, if you're not going to fight me, I'm going to fight you. And he goes and attacks Shinsuke out in the ramp. Shinsuke starts getting the upper hand. You know, starts stomping on the old backaroonie of Seth Rollins. And then to his rescue, it's Ricochet. Wait for the Ricochet. You know? His gear looking incredible again, of course, but Shinsuke looks good. Anyway, so Now, it turns out this. After the commercial break, it becomes a one-on-one match. I guess Adam Pearce is trying to calm down Seth Rollins. Seth wants, of course, he wants some, Shinsuke Nakamura. Shinsuke Nakamura. So while the commercial break's over, somehow Shinsuke finds himself in a match. So Shinsuke could have been fighting for the World Championship. But nope. He's just fighting Ricochet now. He's trying to avenge, Seth Rollins from getting his back stomped out some more. So how about this match? This match was about 9.5 minutes. This was the wrestling was just great. It was good. The two of the top stars in the WWE. Their wrestling skills completely different. Shinsuke's strong style. Ricochet's a high flyer, lucha libre style. It's very, very entertaining. Very entertaining. Ricochet showing off what he can do in the air, a massive high cross body. He goes for this 450, but doesn't hit it. They fight outside for a little bit. Fight outside for a little bit. Now here's the thing: the referee clearly is not counting anything, because a couple things happen now. They were fighting outside for a long period of time. Usually it takes 24 actual seconds. 24 actual seconds to hit 10 seconds, 10 count. 24 actual seconds, roughly. So these guys were out there for about 50 seconds, and counting. So they fight outside a bit, and Ricochet, he gets charged at with Shinsuke, and Shinsuke gets back body drop practically over top of over into the timekeeper's area. That's right, almost Samantha Irving almost gets squashed by Shinsuke. How dare Ricochet think about throwing him at his fiancée? Regardless. So they, Shinsuke counters the whole thing with a chair shot. And the match ends. Not by disqualification, not by count out, but by chair shot to the back. To be continued, maybe? I don't know. But it does continue a little bit. Shinsuke brings Ricochet back in the ring there. He wraps a chair around his head, and maybe it's like time for Ricochet to go on a short, vacation. But it's Seth Rollins runs back in the ring to help out Ricochet. They fight. Seth Rollins with one massive. They fight, and Shinsuke gets thrown out the ring. Seth Rollins with a massive tope suicida over top of the rope, just crushing Shinsuke Nakamura and a bunch of officials out there. But however, that massive tope suicida wasn't nearly enough to take out Shinsuke. Shinsuke takes Seth, throws him headfirst into the steel steps, and starts stomping a mud hole in Seth's face. And that's when Ricochet comes and helps out again with the chair. He's like, I swing and I hit the chair. Oh, you hit you with the chair. I'll tell you what. But it's Shin escapes like a thief in the night. So yeah, here's the funny part too. Backstage watching the whole thing, it's Judgment Day. The Money in the Bank winner, Damien Priest, and with Mama Rhea, here we go again. Now, here's the perfect time. Seth Rollins is laid out. This is the perfect time. If you want to be a champion, this is it. Cash it in, become the champion. Bada bing, bada boom. But not today. Don't cash it in today. Another day. When he's more vulnerable another day. Wow. Okay, so they let this one go for some strange reason. So now here we go. Backstage, it's we got ourselves a little bit of Jackie Redmond with Zoey Stark, and about what's happening with her and with Trish Stratus. The old Trish Stratus pushed her the wrong way, and Zoey Stark, do not push. Nobody pushes Zoey Stark, not even Trish Stratus. So yeah, so they no longer is Zoey Stark a fan of Trish Stratus, no longer thanking her anymore for the pushing her or slapping her in the face. Slapping the face. At Payback, after the steel cage match was done because Zoey Stark couldn't help out Trish win the match. So we have ourselves a little conflict here. Shana Baizler, the Baizler comes in there and she questions the toughness, the fortitude, the tough fortitude of Zoey Stark. So it's a challenge. It's a challenge. So yeah, who's the baddest woman in Raw? You know, I thought it was Mama Rhea. Rhea Ripley is the toughest woman in Raw. She's the women's champion. Wouldn't that be it? I would assume so. Next up, we got ourselves. Well, they decided this is going to be a match. They're going to have a match later tonight. What's a Shayna Baszler versus Zoey Stark. So after that, we got ourselves a little bit Judgment Day. All of them in the ring there. You know, Finn Balor, Dominic Mysterio. Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley. And oh my goodness, Dominic Mysterio, the heat he has to the next level. The boos was like, oh, you can feel it. Feel the boos. It's like, whew. It's deafening. And they do what they're going to doing. It's like they run, basically right now, they're the strongest entity in the WWE. And as a matter of fact, they even talk about the Bloodline. Mm-hmm. The Bloodline is no longer the biggest, the biggest thing around there. So I'm like, wow, that's, the Bloodline has fallen. It's Judgment Day time. And it's also... It's a Dominic Mysterio 1 year anniversary in the Judgment Day. Wow, in their Judgment Day, everybody with belts, tag team championship gold, the North American Championship, the women's heavyweight women's championship, and Money in the Bank. And we got ourselves JD McDonagh comes down there, JD, and he's got something in the bag. I'm thinking, oh my goodness, does he have like unified titles in the bag there that he's going to give to Damian and Finn Balor? It's like the new belts. No. He just breaks out. It's like, but obviously Damian Priest doesn't want him there, and so he brings out. It's actually a new Money in Bank briefcase. Yay! It's blue and it's like Signore, Money in the Bank.
This is my new briefcase. Yay! I appreciate that, JD McDonagh. I'm Damian Priest.
So yeah, and then cutting in with the celebration, it's Sami Zayn. Oh my goodness, Sami Zayn. Now, he says, all 5 of you guys are not champions, but 5 championship stealers. You guys are all 5 championships stealing turds. And the biggest turd in the toilet is Dominic Mysterio. Dirty Dom, the biggest turd, and he challenges Dominic Mysterio to a match. But instead, it's JD McDonagh standing up and speaking for the whole group. No, you won't. You'll be fighting me instead. I'll take you all on. Something like that. So, but anyways, it's instead of Dominic Mysterio taking a fight, it's going to be JD McDonagh versus Sami Zayn. That has nothing but good on it. 2 top-tier performers wrestling for the first time. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be good. A barn burner. That's going to be later. So right now we got ourselves Gunther. And Gunther, well, he's tonight. History will be made. Now, will it be Chad's fairy tale story? He says it's just temporary. His fairy tale story. However, Gunther's legacy is forever. Forever. And I'm assuming that, Gunther, he's young. He can always break records. Does he really need this one right yet? He's already broken a record. He's not the best yet. He's number 2. Number 2! And we all know how we all like to be number 2. Doing it is satisfying, at least. So now we go backstage just with, this was hilarious. This was absolutely hilarious. Adam Pearce with Raquel Rodriguez. Apparently they got this understanding going. And of course Adam's like, I'll make it official. And Chelsea Green leaves there, and then Chelsea Green comes in after, and she's like saying how important she is. It's like, I have to stand behind that. I have to wait behind that Sasquatch. Chelsea, she's great. I think she's her mic skills, she knows how to talk. She's a top-ranked superstar. Future, of course, she's one half the tag team champions right now. I'm not sure how long it will last. Because she picked up the tag team championships with Sonya Deville. Sonya got injured. I'm pretty sure doing something with up, down, down. And then we have ourselves, what's that name? Piper Niven steps in, does one match, and she does all the work. And apparently Piper Niven's injured too. So now, what are they going to do? Should they just drop the title? I mean, I don't know why they're taking so long. So anyways, Chelsea, she just starts bad-mouthing, Raquel. Starts talking about, what were you guys talking about anyways? She calls her a loser, and Raquel comes out there and she's all upset. It's like, how long were you standing there? She's great. I'm a big fan of Chelsea Green, period, But anyways, it becomes this. Adam Pearce makes a match now. It's Chelsea Green versus Raquel Rodriguez. Moving on. We got ourselves a big women's division match. It's Zoey Stark versus Shana Baizler. This match was about a little under 9 minutes. This was pretty good. Pretty damn good. I would say probably close to match of the night. Close to match of the night. This is very, very good. Right up there with the match of the night. If there was a match of the night, it would be hard to choose because this would be one of them. Now, Zoey Stark, this is really good. A lot of back and forth in the match. Zoey Stark, she's proving one thing, that she's got incredible drop kicks. She's absolutely fearless when going a high flying. Now, in this match, what happened was Shana Baizler targets the elbow, the shoulder area, and she works on that for the whole match. And thinking, that could be something here. That could be something that could be worked on later on, because she really works on that. And Zoey Stark was really selling it like Cody Rhodes would. It's like, you think, will she overcome her shoulder injury and win the match as well? The match goes on. Zoey Stark, she does a massive slingshot, high cross body from inside to outside of the ring. Beautiful, beautiful maneuver. Not just that. Now, Zoey Stark has this springboard. She slings herself on top of the ropes, springboards herself off with a massive dropkick. This is such insane. This is like I think the best dropkick in the women's division. Probably one of the best dropkicks in the WWE. In the WWE right now, it's Zoey Stark. I think Zoey has potential, so much potential to be one of the greatest out there right now. Now, whether she, cashes in on potential. You know what they say, if you don't cash in on potential, potential don't mean nothing. So, yeah. Now, after this beatdown, it's, oh my goodness, the Carafuna clutch. The sneaky Carafuna clutch on Zoey Stark. You think it's over, Zoey tries to break out of it. Many times she's doing that. She's trying to get up, trying to break out of it. Ends up, she tries to, but she breaks out of the Carafuna clutch. It just turns to a rear naked choke. But yeah, it's over. Zoey Stark can no longer fight anymore. Fought valiantly. It was a beautiful match. A story well said. A well-told story. And Shayna Baszler has the respect of Zoey Stark. So going forward, could this be the new reunion? Baszler and Stark? Anyways, with that, we go backstage. It's with the Judgment Day. I see clearly. Now it's all about Finn Balor. He's like, hey, what do you think about JD McDonagh? He helped you guys. He helped us win the tag team titles and all. That accent's perfectly on spot for Finn Balor, including the voice. Oh, I'm Finn Balor. You'd swear he's in the ring. So yeah, it comes down to who. It's a time to vote. Who wants Finn Balor in? JD McDonagh's like, it's Damian Priest. He's not aboard.
He's gonna prove himself. He's got to prove himself.
And why Dominic is like, Well, whatever you guys think.
Hey, whatever you guys think. See, hey guys, what? If you think it's good, I think it's good. I play good. I play fair. I'm the Judgment Day. I'm the okay guy. I'm the yes man of the Judgment Day.
Is exactly what he said. Well, Rhea Ripley, what about you?
What about you, Rhea? Oh, Rhea, I don't think.
Well, anyways, Rhea thinks JD McDonagh has to actually. He's got to think JD has to prove himself against Finn Balor. Well, she did say Finn Balor by accident. I think Rhea Ripley was way too relaxed. And anyways, he's like, well, it's like, how does JD do against our friend here? With Sami Zayn. JD versus Sami Zayn. So yeah, anyways. And then Finn's like, oh, let's go Damian Priest, let's go. So I thought that's where they're going to go up and try to meet up with JD McDonagh to help out. And then, of course, Rhea Ripley asked Dominic Mysterio to sit back. And I thought, this is the thing. Make sure it's a fair match. Make sure it's a fair match. Everything's fair. So I thought, whatever Finn Balor and Damian Priest is planning on doing to make JD McDonagh win, trying to counteract it. Was I right? So next up, we got ourselves a match. It is a big one. Raquel Rodriguez gets her hands on Chelsea Green. This one here was about 2.5 minutes, well under a commercial break, and it was a lot of fun. Chelsea did have a couple of offensive maneuvers, nothing special, just a couple punches and stuff like that. Raquel, she has two wrestling moves. One is a fall away slam, which she does early on in the match. A lot of punches and kicks. Chelsea Green gets her a point where she gets on the top rope to a high cross body press. She's caught in midair, she's slammed down there. And then it's one to Hana Bomb later. She gets picked up. Actually, not. She gets after the catch. She gets picked up into the Hana Bomb and just chucked down. That was her second finishing move, and it was it for the match. Chelsea Green, I know Chelsea Green is she's very intelligent. First of all, she's super intelligent. I think if you give her the responsibility of having a 10-minute match, I think Chelsea Green can give you a 10-minute match. So that's how much confidence I've got in the abilities of the future champion Chelsea Green. Now, what's the future of her tag team titles? Who knows? By the time they make a decision, Sonya Deville might be ready to rock and roll again, would be cleared to go. But regardless, I don't know. It seems Sonya Deville gets injured pretty quickly. It's not a first rodeo, being injured and all. So yeah, now we go backstage. It is a retort. The Alpha Academy, Chad Gable, and Otis and Maxime Dupri. And you know what? It comes down to this. Chad Gable has his desire. Chad Gable's desire to take the championship away from Gunther's hands outweighs Gunther's desire to keep it. That's a lot of desiring over there, I tell you. So next up, we go backstage. It's Matt Riddle and Drew McIntyre. They're talking about what happened in the ring there, where Kofi Kingston straight up kicked up Matt Riddle's face. Matt's like, "Don't relax, man. It's relax. It's okay. It's all right. It's just it's miscommunication."
Is it really a miscommunication? Well, I'll keep my eye out on that guy. My eye out on him.
And it's, of course, Kofi Kingston's apologize what happens. Accidents happen. Accidents happen. Just like what you did to Xavier Woods. Now he's out with a brain injury. What's it called? They said cervical. Yeah, so he's coming out with a cervical injury. So yeah, they're still friends, but they're on high alert. Especially Drew McIntyre. He doesn't trust many people. He's barely trusting, Matt Riddle. Barely trusting him. And we go on to our next segment. It is hilarious. It is so good. It's Miz. The Miz doing what he does best. He talks, and he's a showman. And he's showing exactly. Now, this was next level funny. So the whole thing is Miz TV, and he's talking about what's that, Payback, and the fact that, you know what, he did not lose at Payback, not at all, and he's got some proof, and he calls out his proof, you know, doom, doom, doom. It's John Cena. He comes out there, John Cena coming out there proud. And he sits down on the desk. He sits down on a high chair there. And then they have a conversation. The funny part is the fact that John Cena wasn't there. And Miz played the part like he was there. And he had a conversation with John Cena. It's like, why did you screw me over? It was so good. You know, it was like, what? What? You can't see him? It was pretty good, pretty good. And not only was he doing that, he puts on a little show, you know, the Miz's show, where he gets right upset with John Cena, the invisible John Cena, and they get a little bit of a pushing fight where Miz kind of loses a little bit. He gets pushed down by invisible John Cena. It was hilarious. So they get into a little scuffle. Miz ducks an invisible clothesline. And then he attacks the invisible John Cena with the skull-crushing finale. Mm-hmm. It was precious piece of, I guess, entertainment right there by The Miz. Good stuff. So he lays down the old thing there. And then The Miz challenges. Once again, he challenges L.A. Knight. Because at Payback, it was Miz versus L.A. Knight. But the whole match was John Cena. It was about John Cena. It wasn't LA Knight or The Miz. It was the John Cena show. So right now, Miz is offering, he wants a rematch with LA Knight. This time, no special guest referees. One-on-one, no special matches. He just wants a one-on-one match to clearly show who's better. And no one there to steal the thunder. You know? What next? Will Shawn Michaels be the special guest referee? One more time!
Ooh, shut up.
Okay, anyways. So now we go backstage. It's Jey Uso. He's back there. And we got ourselves the Tozawa meme. Where he walks into Jey, gets his dumb face. Oh! Turns around and walks away like he's seen a ghost. I still think Tozawa should take it to the next level. You know, he should literally do the worm, like fall down on his face, like, oh, and then loses feeling in his legs, and he just falls down, leaving everybody confused. It would be hilarious. He's got to lean into this, lean into it, baby. You know, I mean, Tozawa. Let's face it, Tozawa is better off at Impact Wrestling right now. And then we got ourselves a little bit of Adam Pearce. He gives Jey Uso a heads up. Now because of Jey Uso decides to be in Raw. Now. A member of Raw has to get down to SmackDown. Now, who will be drafted to SmackDown? We got ourselves a trade, baby. So next up is our next match. It is Sami Zayn versus JD McDonagh. This match was about 8 minutes long. This was pretty good match. The wrestling was really good, obviously. Two top tier wrestlers going at it, you know, at the high caliber. JD McDonagh getting, he knows how to take a back body drop, if anybody. You know, high on the shoulders, baby. You get high lift. It's really good stuff. Match was great stuff. Until, of course, now the end part kind of gives it the not match of the night. Because it's, going down there, JD McDonagh, I thought, oh my God, where's Finn Balor and where's Damian Priest? Nowhere to be seen. I guess they went out to get beers. So while the match is going on, JD McDonagh, near the end part of the match, JD McDonagh gets exploder suplex into the corner. The patented finish, the setup for the finisher, the haluva kick. So Sami Zayn goes for a haluva kick. He's setting it for a haluva kick. And then there's Dominic Mysterio. He goes in the ring there. He does what he does. He slides, he pulls JD McDonagh outside the ring there. You would think, oh my goodness, you put your hands on an opponent, that's a disqualification. The winner of the match, due to disqualification. It's JD McDonagh. Because he should have stepped on him a couple times and made him win. But that didn't happen. So after that, it's Sami Zayn. He decides to beat the holy hell out of Dominic Mysterio for some reason, for unknown reason. Well, we all know he tried to help. He helped out JD, of course. And then JD comes out there to try to help, Dominic. JD gets thrown back into the ring there. Sami Zayn tries to finish him off one more time. And then Dominic Mysterio jumps onto the ring apron. And then Sami Zayn knocks him right off. Hello! And then the ending of all endings. Xavier Woods would be proud. It's the Backwoods, it's called. Officially, it's called the Schoolboy. It's JD McDonagh, Schoolboy on Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn with the most humiliating loss in all of wrestling. So he's basically taking it in the rear. Everybody pretty much takes it in the rear in every show. The roll-up, some sort of roll-up. So yeah, JD McDonagh wins the match. He leaves the ring there. But it's not over. The day's not over. Because in the ring there, it's Dominic Mysterio. He's about to get his arse kicked by Sami Zayn. He suplexes him into the corner, the exploder, and ready for the old, huluva kick. But this time here, it's just like last time. Sami Zayn is stopped. He's pulled out of the ring by JD McDonagh. Thrown into the steel steps. JD McDonagh goes in the ring there to help out Dominic Mysterio. He helps him up all right and says, escape while you can. Get out of here. You son of a bitch. So Dominic Mysterio is like, I better go. And while he's doing that, Sami Zayn gets all set up. Ends up, exploder suplexing JD McDonagh into the corner. And then with his, now, Sami Zayn may have lost a match, but he did get a victory, a moral victory with the haluva kick on JD McDonagh. Dominic Mysterio didn't turn back, didn't look back, no, he just left JD McDonagh in the ring there, eating defeat. Even though he won. Now backstage, it is the Judgment Day Hall there, but there's someone backstage there that needs to be talked to. And so everybody's there, including JD McDonagh. No one's being arguing or that he shouldn't be there. So Dominic says, I'll be right back. And he's talking to Jey Uso, baby. And Dominic is showing his empathy towards Jey Uso about his position, what's happening, family, how he's got the backstab, but he doesn't really have a family. They got a lot in common like that, So basically, it comes down to the olive branch of the Judgment Day handed down by Dominic Mysterio. It's like, hey, listen, man, we're here for you. We're here for you. So if you ever want to join the Judgment Day, you're welcome to join the Judgment Day. So here we go. It can go two ways. Obviously, Jey Uso can say yes and join the Judgment Day, and say no, and they got themselves a feud. And they can build a team. Or do it solo. Regardless, it's going to be good. There's a storyline happening right there, which is good. So next up is our big match. This whole day was built around this. It is the Intercontinental Championship title match. The whole day was, they're talking about the lineage of the Intercontinental title. So this match is this. If Gunther wins this match, he will be champion for 451 days, and after this day, he will be the number one, the longest reigning champion of all time, passing the Honky Tonk Man. He's a Honky Tonk Man. He's cool. He's cocky. He's wild. And Chad Gable. This could be his first individual championship gold. So this match here was the match of the night. This was a really good match. About a little over 16 minutes. A lot of back and forth. Really, really competitive. His kids, his family watching ringside. All rearing, wanting him to win. Tears filling their eyes. Now, they did a lot of things here against the ropes there. Chad Gable with his heel hook, leaning outside the ropes. Had to break before the ref counted. Chad Gable then getting stomped into the ropes by Gunther with his putting him on top of the ropes there and trying to bend him in half. I will break you in half. Now they even have a big moment here. And thank goodness, like I say, the ring technology, outside of the ring technology is massive. those amazing paddings on top of the concrete. It allows wrestlers can be more free out there to do some bigger moves, and this was a massive belly to belly, the German suplex, I should say, belly to back suplex, the German non-release suplex. Chad Gable suplexes the holy hell out of Gunther on the outside. But however, Gunther does get this power bomb on Chad Gable in the match earlier on too. Chad Gable does not give up. He does not give up. Now, in this match, I'm always appreciative of superplexes. I make fun of second rope superplexes because it takes away from the spectacular sight of a top rope suplex. This time here, it's Chad Gable ripping Gunther off the top rope with a top rope superplex. The greatest superplex you can have, you know. Maybe not a Bret Hart style superplex. Bret Hart does the best. He did the greatest ones. Anyways, it was a good one. Take Gunther out of his boots. After that is high flying time. Chad Gable, oh my gosh. This would make Ricochet blush. This height is incredible with a flying, diving headbutt. Trying to put it out of reach. You know? But it is, doesn't happen. Chad Gable ends up getting the nice heel hook, you know, ankle lock on Gunther. Now, here we go. The match comes to an ending with Chad Gable end up getting his big move. It's his, what's that? Chaos Theory. It's, what's that? O'Connor roll. And with the slowest German suplex in the world, the slow motion German suplex, he tries to get Gunther with the slow motion suplex. Doesn't work, baby. I don't know why, because it's a slow motion suplex. There's zero mustard on that move. Zero mustard. And then that didn't work, of course. Chad Gable decides to do a massive moonsault off the top rope. Gunther, he tries to counter it with the foot to the face. But Chad Gable counters that with an ankle lock, baby. Guess with an ankle lock again. Gunther, with the heart out, tries to kick out of it. Chad Gable clinches it. Gunther eventually gets out of it with a kick to the face, kicks out of it, and gets to the back of Chad Gable with a massive, Karafuna clutch. You know, with a massive rear naked in the back there. And after that, Chad Gable tries to break out of it, almost breaks out of it. Gunther turns that rear naked choke into a suplex. It is probably more dangerous than the dragon suplex. It is crazy. Chad Gable goes right upside down. Looks like he landed directly on top of his head. It was a huge bump. Huge bump. After that, Powerbomb City. Chad Gable goes up and down, baby, but that's not over. Because after that is a finishing move. It is a diving lariat. The sliding lariat just knocks Chad Gable right off his feet. Just crushes him. And that was it. Chad Gable loses. Perhaps he's got some respect from Gunther a little bit, maybe. Will this be it for Chad Gable? Or will there be a part 2 and at maybe a big event? The next Premium Live event, maybe there'll be another time. Because by that time the next Premium Live event would happen, Gunther will already been the greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time. So he's primed to lose his belt. Who knows? But that does wrap it up for this episode of Raw. For this week anyways. Now for our podcast listeners, stay tuned. For after this very short break, we'll be back with some NXT. But for the YouTube listener, that's it for the show today. I've been your host, Lip Hazlewood, saying see you next time on All Wrestling Show.